understand how do you get to that six-figure salary, even if you don't have a degree, even if you don't have a master's. It is not tied to your qualification. These tactics will help you, will enable you to really exceed your imagination or your potential, because we are all capable of being able to get these high, good paying jobs. Oh, I will need to mute here so that we don't have that echo. But I'm talking about how do you get to that six-figure salary? And I can see our time is up. Yes, it is exactly 7:30. Then we are good to go. How do you get to that six-figure salary, even without a degree or master's? That is the topic of our conversation today. And what I'll say is, it is not a matter of certifications. It's not a matter of qualification, but what are you able to bring on board? How are you able to really position yourself for success when you are getting this? So that is the link if you want to join us live on YouTube. So let me just mention this, then we start off. If you can't hear, so if you can't hear, join us on YouTube live. There is the link, and this will enable you to follow on YouTube. So if you're following us on YouTube, oh, I can see more people are on YouTube. Feel free to say hello in the chat. I'll be able to recognize you. That is the only way to know that you're there on YouTube. Just say hello or say something in the comment. Yeah. And yeah, it will be easy for me to recognize you, to give you shout out, and then we get started. So I don't want to take too much time. This evening, we are here to discuss how do you get to that six-figure salary, even without a degree or master's. I am guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not the first seminar or webinar that you are attending. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there, and that information overload can be confusing. Many a times that information overload is what is keeping you from success, and it's okay. If you have been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed in employment, I want to put those fears to rest. You just need the right person to be able to explain it to you, and that is what I'm here to do. On the other hand, the society has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful, and anytime you introduce yourself like an employee, most people take you as a second-class citizen, and that should not be the case. Most people are better off as employees. They are more satisfied with their job, and they actually have higher productivity. On the other hand, the big corporations, the education system, the government wants you to think that you need some fancy college degree for you to be successful. I am here to tell you that they are wrong. They have their own reasons for you, for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. Have you ever thought that the government and this education system actually wants you to fail? You're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about you, your success, and truly wants to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is what we are here for. I know you have that dream job that will give you the highest satisfaction and utilize your full potential. And we are about to learn that. I want to show you exactly how to make that happen during this training session. So my big question is, are you ready? If you're ready, say yes in the chat. And I also want to mention that this is going to be a very, very interactive session. So get used to using the chat, get used to they asking you questions and you responding. So the question is, are you ready? I can see Imra Abani on YouTube saying hello. If we are here live with you, just drop in the chat. Are you ready to make this happen this evening? I'll actually wait for your responses. Yeah. And I will be calling out. Thank you very much. I can see Cynthia, you're saying you are ready. If you're just joining us and you're having challenges, you can't hear me. Oh, I think I even put the wrong here. If you can't, yeah, if you can't hear, just or you're having some challenges with the audio, join us on YouTube Live. There we go. So who else is ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Only Cynthia is ready. I am also waiting. I know there might be a slight delay on those people on YouTube. You can also drop in the chat and I will know that you are ready. Are we together? So let's get it moving. Imagine this. I want you to imagine this. Thank you, Marcy. I can see you also ready. That you go to that interview, and after that interview, the hiring manager tells you the 3 magic words that all employees are always looking out to hear is that you are hired. You start working for that company, and 1 month down the line, you receive a pay slip that looks like this. Your basic salary is 180,000. Your house allowance is 50,000. Medical allowance, 25,000. Commuting allowance, 15,000. All this totaling up to 270,000. How would that make you feel? I don't know. You need a minute just to absorb that and imagine and think about that. So this is very much possible. Many people are getting this way beyond, but we want to start somewhere. And I want to ask you, this is one of the most fundamental questions. What does a 6-figure salary mean to you? Yeah. I've asked this question to so many people, and actually I'll wait to get some response from you. What does it mean, that 6-figure salary? Why are you after it? You know, I've asked so many people this question, and I get response like, it's about financial freedom, it's about being able to live a good life, provide my children with good education, it's about giving back to the community, it's about that dream house, that dream vacation. What does it mean to you? And there's no right answer or wrong answer. So I will actually wait to hear from you what a 6-figure salary means to you. Welcome, Ellie. I can see someone in the iPhone, Karibu, Oppo. There's someone with Spark 4. If you can edit or give it your name, it will be much easier for me to communicate with you. Also, if you're on YouTube, I can see Alice Alexander is saying good evening, welcome, and you're tuned. I can see Chidongo Betsuba saying hello, tuned on YouTube. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Karibu sana. Now, my big question is, what does a 6-figure salary mean to you? I want you to drop that in the chat so that I can be able to proceed, because I'm saying this is a fundamental thing. I don't want you to feel as if you're just running after the wind. You don't understand why you're actually looking for this. Thank you, Alice. You're saying, please, I need your help. I need a well-to-do CV. I'll give you an opportunity. I'll show you where you can be able to send me your CV. Then we can be able to work it on it. I want to believe that you're still typing or you're still putting in your response, what a 6-figure salary mean to you, because it is important for you to have this clear in your mind so that it doesn't look as if you're actually running after the wind. When I was planning this training, I was thinking about 2 people in mind. The first kind of person is anyone who is there, who is a professional, but they feel that the lack of a degree is the hindrance to their career progression. If that is you, I want to tell you, you are in the right place. After this session, you will not think or feel or use that excuse of lacking a degree as the hindrance to your career progression. And the second kind of person that I really want to help, and I hope it is you, is that someone with or without a degree and they feel stuck in their career. If you're feeling stuck, I know that is not one of the best feelings to have, but you are wondering, how do I progress? How do I move on? Then this is going to be a very, very good session for you. My goal in this session is to show you that the only way to get to that 6-figure salary, even without a degree or master's, is by acquiring what I call the Badass Pro skills. And the only place for you to acquire these Badass Pro skills, it is through the program called the Badass Pro program. I'll talk about it later on in this session. For those of you who have seen me for the very first time, let me just take this moment to introduce myself. My name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Career Point Solutions. Over the last 10 years, I have been blessed to work in recruitment as a career advisor and also as a personal and professional development coach. And the insights that I've gathered over this period of time is what I'm going to share with you this evening. On top of that, I'm a certified digital marketer by Google, and among other groups, I am a very proud member of the League of Young Professionals, also known as LYP. I'm an author of 4 books. The first one is How to Easily Use Facebook for Profit, that will enable you to earn extra cash even on a part-time basis. The second book I published was a Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Steps to Achieving Anything. Then we have these 2 books, very relevant right now. How to Conquer the Year Ahead, Make the Next 12 Months Your Best Year Ever. We are 1 month down the line, but it doesn't mean that you can't make this year your best year ever. You can still get this book for free. I will give you a link where you can go and download it. And we also have the Ultimate Cover Letter Guide, 101 sample cover letters for all professionals, which is also out there for free. Before I start, and be sure I will wait for your answer, because if you don't answer these questions, there is no need for you to be here this evening. My first question I want to ask you is, will you let me be your coach? Will you allow me to guide you, to be your mentor in the next 1 hour or so? If so, I want you to say yes in the chat. I want you to commit, because there's no need for you to be here and you don't seem to have that idea of giving me the permission to guide you, because I'm going to do serious coaching. Thank you, Mercy. I can see you saying yes. Mercy is very active. I can say, I can see Mercy's answer. What a 6-figure salary mean to her? It's about feeling satisfied. Cynthia, it's about quality of life, time, location. Oh, this is great. Mercy is ready. Cynthia is ready. The one with the Technos Pack 4 is ready. Elizabeth, yes, is ready. This is good. Winnie, we're ready, of course. Thank you. I think that is where we start. You gave me permission. And the second question I want to ask, and it is equally serious. Will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? Will you give me permission to tell you the truth, the hard truth, so that you can be able to grow? If so, say yes in the chat. I can see even on YouTube now, the comments are coming in. iPhone, you're saying yes. I can see Chidongo saying yes, I'm in for it. You say a 6-figure salary means elevating your financial status. For sure, that is very true. Thank you. Winnie, you're saying yes. Mercy, can't wait for the hard truth. Asante sana. Who else? Yeah, Techno is also ready. Yes. Tell us the truth. That is Cynthia. I like that, because these 2 questions are the fundamentals to this session. And I will actually ask you at the end of it, was I able to deliver on those 2 things? 1, coaching you, being your mentor, showing you the way. And number 2, telling you the truth, the hard truth, because I'm not here for you to like me. Sometimes people who are here to be liked or want to be liked are the ones who don't tell you the truth. They will tell you what you want to hear, but I am here to tell you the truth, the hard truth. Thank you. I can see Elizabeth, you're saying 6-figure, would be a dream come true. Now to make it is the big question. Yes, you will be able to make it, and you will see how the strategies that I share with you here work out. I am not crazy when I'm telling you that you can be able to get to that 6-figure salary even without a degree. Now, these people, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The late Bob Coleman, to the time of his death, he was at the helm of the most successful company in East and Central Africa. At the time he was dying, he was the CEO of Safaricom. Did you know he did not have a degree? Still getting a lot of income from employment. The second guy here, this is a very vocal media personality, Maina Kageni. To date, still earning a lot of money in employment. Do you know he does not have a degree? Jalango just graduated, I think last year or the other year. But before even he graduated, he had accumulated a lot of success without a degree. So it's Churchill, no degree. So I want to put it across that you don't need that degree for you to be successful, for you to earn good money. And to bring the story, the whole point home, let me give you my job search story. Yeah. Back in 2010, 2009, I finished my school. I am busy now looking for a job. Lucky for me, it took me about 1 year. In 2010, I got my first job. And I remember that time, it was like, it took me 1 year to be able to get my first job. But according to the Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 3, 4, 5 years for a fresh graduate, someone from college, to be able to secure a job. To me, that 1 year looked like forever. And I really sympathize with those people who stay out there without a job. It's not that easy. But once I got that job, something interesting happened, because in the next 1 year, I got over 10 interviews, almost an interview every month. I was not securing a job. I was wondering why. But then 2011, an opportunity came and I said, I must seize this moment. And how was I able to do that? Is I think when I think back is when these badass pro skills actually started forming. And typically, how does it work? You apply for as many jobs as possible. If you're lucky, you're invited for an interview. If the interviewers like you, they give you the job. And probably it's not your dream job, but because you don't have a job, you pick it anyway. But with badass pro skills, these are tried and tested techniques that will give you predictable results. Each and every time you use them, you know how it's going to work out for you. Take a look at this email here I got from Alexander. He told me, thank you. I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was interviewed for the position of liaison officer, Kenya Airways. And Wednesday this week, I got the job. He got the job by just using the right skills. My big job now in the next 40 minutes is to divulge to you these two main secrets. Secret number one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates. And secret number two will be to negotiate, show you how do you negotiate that six-figure salary. Now, I want to play a simple game here. I want you to assume that we don't have time for both secrets and you only have time for one secret. Which one would you really, really want to know? I want you to vote, yeah, in the poll. Would you really want to know how to get to a six-figure salary, or would you like to know how to triumph over qualified and experienced candidates? So there are the polls. I know if you are following us on YouTube, probably you wouldn't be able to see the poll. So I want you to drop in the chat. Is it number one, secret number one, or number two? So one or two. So far, I can see secret number one is leading with 75%. And negotiating the salary is at 25%. You can still be able to vote. Let me check. At least you're saying a six-figure salary will mean starting point of change in a meaningful life that is coming true. Thank you, Ian. Oh, I can see you also saying yes to the questions. I think two more people to vote in the poll, and so far, one more person to go, and then we can be able to see the results. Which one would you really, really want to know? Is it number one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Or is it number two, how to negotiate a six-figure salary? And let me see, if you're on YouTube, you can't see the poll. I'm sorry for that, but you can just drop in a number one or number two. Yes. So I end the poll right there, and you can see, yeah, 75% of you actually want to know secret number one, and 25% want to know number two. It's okay. Don't you worry. We have time for both secrets. We have enough time. We will go through them. But I'm glad that number one is the most popular one, and that is what we are starting with. Jane, karibu sana. I really appreciate. Once you want to know how to negotiate, Jane, I think I saw your email a little bit late, but we will talk over that. I know you're already part of the program. Thank you. Thank you. So let me stop this and get back now to secret number one. How do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Now, let me say this. Initially, the first job I got, I was telling you about, I was working in CIA as a computer instructor and tutor through the Computer for Schools project. And the job that came in, and I said, I must seize this moment, came along in, it was a position here in Nairobi. It was an international school looking for an ICT teacher. I was qualified. I had the qualification. I felt like, yes, I can go. I applied. They invite me for an interview. And after that interview, I felt for sure that I was going to get that job. I was so damn sure about it. And after that interview, I traveled back to Siaya overnight. I remember it was a Friday, so the next day was a Saturday, midday, mid-morning, walking towards my house. I receive a call, and a lady calls me, and she told me, thank you for attending the interview yesterday. I'm happy to inform you that we are offering you the job. I was so happy. I almost jumped in the middle of the road out of excitement. And it was like a dream come true. I couldn't believe it. But then that afternoon, something interesting happened. I received a call from the same number. It was the same lady, but it wasn't the same good news that she was giving in the first place. And so she told me, unfortunately, I'm calling you to inform you that we are withdrawing the job offer. I was confused. Why is that so? She told me that they had taken my name to the board. I was the best interviewee. However, the board rejected it because this was a new campus they were starting. This is the first time students were doing the international exam, that is IGCSE. And they needed someone who has experience taking students through the IGCSE exam, someone who has taught in an international setup, international learning education setup. And I said, wait a minute, I didn't have any of those qualifications. I did not have any of that experience. And yet I became the best interviewee and I beat those other people because they took number 2 who had all the experience and qualification. But in the sense, I beat them. So how was I able to do that? Now I want to give you these 3 tips very quickly. You have 3 seconds. The moment you get into that interviewing room, you have 3 seconds. And in those 3 seconds, number 1, you should be able to show them that you are as sharp as a tack, mentally acute, clever, intelligent, and mentally alert. You have your eyes on the ball. These should come straight off the bat within the first 3 seconds. You should also show them that you are as enthusiastic as hell, showing and having great excitement and interest in that organization, in that position, and that specific role that you are interviewing for. And number 3, you should be able to show them that you are an expert. You're knowledgeable, you have the skills in that area. These 3 things should come straight off the bat. You get into the interviewing room within the first 3 seconds. Now, you might be wondering, how do I do that within 3 seconds? The good news is that these are learnable skills. You can learn how to do exactly this. I've taught them to other people. Take a look at this email I got from a gentleman called Brian. He said, dear Daniel, I am grateful for your service and I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews. Who get 5 interviews in this day and age? 3 finance assistant position and 2 finance officer position. Lucky enough, I managed to secure the finance officer job. I'm starting in January. Brian got it. Chep Krui sent me another email saying, hello, Daniel. Thank you for always sharing how to answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming to be a registry officer. Now I am one. She got her dream job. Thank you and be blessed. Here, another very happy customer, Jane, saying, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within a few months. Happy. I'm happy for the results. My current employer was so pleased by my CV in such a way I cannot explain. I went for 4 interviews and still emerged the best. It still happens, right? So these are some of the questions I got from some of you. How long does it take? Now, let me say this. This is a job market. You're paid for the value that you bring into the market. You're paid for being valuable as an individual. It takes time to build that value, but unfortunately, you're not paid for the time, but you're paid for the value. Someone asked, what about office politics? I can assure you office politics is not going anywhere, but I can teach you how you can be able to use the office politics to your advantage. How do I convince management that I'm the right candidate, that I'm due for promotion? I can take up more responsibility. That is the wrong question. It is very difficult for you to convince, to change people's mind. But I can teach you, instead of thinking about convincing, how do you influence the management? Because influence, again, is a learnable skill. Do I need to quit my job? Most of the time, no, you don't need. Sometimes the opportunities are right where you are. Sometimes you need to quit. You can look for the red flags, but it's not a must. Somebody asked me, is it possible for me to actually get to this 6-figure salary? I'm here to tell you, yes, it is possible for you. And I'll show you exactly how you get there. Is that okay? So I want to say this with a lot of conviction, that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. And I want you to repeat this after me. Say it with a lot of conviction. If you can say it out loud, go ahead, say it out loud. If not, just say it quietly. Maybe people around you might think you're going cuckoos, right? So just say it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. And that is a fact. Yeah. Oh, before I go to secret number 2, are we good so far? I want to give you to give me some feedback. Are we okay? Are we good? Are you enjoying? Are you learning? Should we move on? Say yes, okay. Just say something, yeah? I'll just check it with you. So far, are you getting value? Are you seeing the reason why I said it's important for you to join us? Are you saying, yeah, this is not waste of time. I'm learning something. I'm getting something. If so, just say yes, okay, let's move on. Just give me any kind of feedback, yeah? I don't want you to type a lot, yeah? Thank you. I can see Spark. You are talking about I'm learning a lot. Thank you very much. But then if you can tell me your name, I can change here so I don't call you Spark for tech. Mercy J here, so far so good. Thank you. Elizabeth is also saying yes. She's getting some value. Moas is saying yes, yes. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That is on YouTube. Who else is here? Are you getting some value? Are you seeing? Are you finding it important? Are you learning something? Oh, Reggie, let me change here. At least I stop calling you. Where do I go? I think I can be able to. Yeah, here we go. Just give me a minute. It's easy. Reggie, there we go. Now I will not call you Spark something. So we can move on, yeah? Let's just move on. Let's move on. Now, the second secret, how do you negotiate a six-figure salary? Now, as I was doing my research for this section, I actually came across this study that was done by JobBite, and they found out 84% of salary negotiations always end up to higher salary. Let me interpret it for you. Chances of you getting that higher salary, if you decide to go and negotiate, is very high, 84%. But then the next thing was a bit depressing because only 14% of employees actually negotiate salaries in their current jobs. And it's a bit depressing. How comes the chances of you getting that higher salary is very high, but very few people negotiate their current salary? As in, people wait to negotiate their salary only when they go to another interview outside there, not where they are working. And I want to know, I want to actually confirm these statistics, yeah? Let me try and see this. Here's the question. Have you ever tried to negotiate salary in your current job? Say yes or no. If you're on YouTube, it's easy. Just type yes or no. If you are here with me on Zoom, just give me the answer. Have you ever tried to negotiate your current salary or your salary in your current job? Is it a yes or is it a no? Oh, I can see we're almost 50-50 so far. Let me see how the other side is. Thank you, Noni. I can see you saying yes, you're getting value out of this conversation. So Noni, I think was the question, have you tried to negotiate salary in your current job? I can see a bit more people can still be able to vote. And then I'll be able to give you the results. So far, no, 40, oh, it is now 50-50. Again, no, 56%. Those who have tried to negotiate is 44%. Maybe two more people to vote, and then we can call it and see, are these statistics the same? Oh, someone else is also posting in the chat. So it calls Ivan, yes. So how did it go? Actually, we really want to know. For those who are saying yes, was it good? Was it bad? Did it go south? Did it go right or left? But anyway, let me end the poll. So I think here I have a very, what can I say? A very informed group. 56% have never negotiated their current salary, but at least I have 44% who have tried to negotiate their salary in their current job. Despite that, I don't know how it go. I know I can see Noni, you're saying it was rejected. You went for it, but it was rejected. And in the next 2-3 slides, I'm going to give you some tips. Probably you made a mistake in how you negotiated in this way. So let me give you the tips that you need for you to be able to get this six-figure salary. The first one, or I just want to mention, is that anyone who is confident enough to try usually succeeds. The fact that's like the bare minimum. If you are confident enough to try and negotiate for your salary, you will succeed. And this confidence is not just blind confidence. Now, I want to give you the real techniques, real tactics you can be able to follow. I know if you have joined us and you're having maybe trouble with sound, you can follow us live on YouTube. I have dropped that link in the chat. It's easy for you to follow us on YouTube. Tip number 1, and it might sound so simple, so easy, you're like, you call that a tip. Here's the thing. you need to know the salary that you want to get before you start negotiating. Yeah, you need to know the exact amount that you want. Sometimes we get boggled up and think that they know. I've been in a situation where several times, interview, someone says, I want a higher salary. I ask them, how much do you want? They say, I want more. I ask, how much is more? You know, I don't know. Right now, you're earning 50,000. I'll give you 50,000 and a shilling on top. Isn't that more? Yeah, no, you know what I mean. I don't know what you mean. You need to be very clear. Is it 100,000? Is it 150? Is it 250,000? Be very specific. And again, this is not a figure that you're just pulling in the middle of nowhere. It should be a figure that represents your value, that represents your worth. Do you know your value? Do you know your worth? That is the basic, that is the main thing that you should understand. And once you have understand what is your value, you have understand what you want, the second tip is to make it very clear for the company to realize your value. If you come and say, I want a salary increment because I've been here for the last 10 years, what have you done for us for the last 10 years? Yeah, is it actually being here for the last 10 years might make you a liability? We don't know what we have gained from you. But if you are talking from a value perspective, you will be talking about your worthwhile. What is your meaningful contribution? What do they stand to lose if they don't have you? That is your value. That is your meaningful contribution. And once you change the conversation from the number of years you have worked to the value that you're bringing in, the whole conversation changes. And number three, you should be able to show them or use comparables for you to justify your higher salary. Do you know how much people in your industry, someone like you with the same experience as you and working maybe with the same qualification, how much should they be paid? You should have that very clear. I can share with you tools that you can use to compare so that you can justify your higher salary. I want you to keep in mind, look at this email here I got from a gentleman called Julius. Greetings this evening. I am writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I am glad that I have landed 2 jobs. I have taken the one I preferred. I'm working towards completing my course, M&E, that is monitoring evaluation, a course we offer here at Career Point Solutions. Career Point Solution, you are the best. Now, the question is, this guy got 2 job offers, barely 2 months, now has to pick one and let go the other. Keep that in mind, yeah? Take a look at this other email. Dear Daniel, I am happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I received 3 different calls for interviews within a span of 24 hours. Within a span of 1 week, I attended all the interviews, and fortunate enough, I secured all the 3 jobs. This was after a pregnant search for a job for 1 whole year. I only had the difficult task choosing which one to go for, but eventually I opted for one and politely and professionally declined the other 2. Thanks a great deal, and please convey my gratitude to the entire team. Yours sincerely, Lawrence. This guy got 3 job offers, got all of them, and had to decide which one to go for and let go the other one. So I have a question for you. I can see, okay, Infinix 7 saying I'm late, sorry about that. Also, Elizabeth is late. Welcome, don't worry if you're late, but you have joined the program, it's okay. I have a question for all of you. Imagine that you have 3, 4 job offers. You have to pick one and let go the others. What is the criteria you will use to decide I'll pick this one and let go the other? And I want you to be very simple in a phrase, in a word or 2. What would you use to decide I'll go for job A and I will let go job B? I'm actually waiting to read your answers. And if you're frank, I will call you out. I know some people just try to be modest. If you're modest, I'll also call you out. So my big question is, how did it go? Yeah. If you have 3, 4 job offers and you would want to get one, you have to pick one and let go the other. What will you use as the criteria to decide which job you pick or not? Yeah, I'll be waiting. I can see, Dodi, you're saying you tried to negotiate, it was rejected. Hopefully you have gotten some tips from what I've already shared. Jane, you're saying definitely. Okay, no. Okay, we'll get in touch. I wasn't sure which the answer for that question was. So, but my question right now is, you have 3-4 job offers. You have to pick one job and you have to let go the other. Being honest with yourself, what will you use to decide, I'll go with job B, I will let go job A? In a word or two, in a phrase, I want you to drop that in the chat. I can see a big number of us have already joined. As Satisan, I can see, oh, there's Emma who has joined us. There is Marcia who has been here. Kimani, Washira, Isabel, Tevi, Menjo, Karibu. Oh, thank you. At least someone says here, I'll go for the one for the better salary. Allowance is my top priority. Thank you. Cynthia, you hit the nail on the head right there. And that is very true. Many people make their decision based on their salary that is being paid. And guess what? There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know why people get ashamed when it gets talking about salary, and they will hide behind some terms. And I'm actually going to read some of the comments you put here. You'll see some will talk about maybe working environment. Some will talk about opportunities to grow. But the main thing is salary. And a study was done, and it was found out that 49% of people will use compensation as the most important consideration in accepting a new job offer. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm here to tell you, I want you to be comfortable talking about money and salaries and feeling as if you're not feeling shy about it. 33% of people consider professional development, and 29% better work-life balance, which is very important in this day and age. And yeah, the source here is from LinkedIn, and this was done by Finance Online Review for Business. Yeah, very important. Don't be ashamed of talking about the money. Winnie, I go with the one with the high salary. Thank you. Actually, if you would go for the salary, I want you to say, yes, I will go for the salary. And I want you to get used to talking about higher salary without feeling as if, some people, when it gets to, let me say this, in an interview, one of the key questions that people really prepare for is, how much should we pay you? But again, when it gets to the interview and that question is asked, this is the number one question that makes people very uncomfortable. They feel like, oh, we talk about money. Oh, and then after that, they're like, I messed it up. I should have said this or that. Get used to it, right? It is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. I want you to repeat that after me. Put your hand, hear the heart. If you can say it out loud, say it out loud. If you don't, are not in a position, just say it quietly and say, yes, it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. Very possible. Now, some of the questions I got again, how do I network with the right people? I want to tell you this, according to LinkedIn, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. I will introduce you to a network of high net worth individuals who will help you network and get these jobs. But it is important for you to think about networking. What matters most? Is it experience or growth? Okay. When I see such a question, I really take a pause and say, this is where I give you the hard truth. This is where I get out of shape kidogo and say, none of this is important than the other. Whatever you have is what is important, because this is an escapist kind of question. This is a question someone is asking who is looking for an excuse. You know why? Because when I say experience is the most important thing, you're like, yeah, I need, I'm not getting these jobs because I don't have the experience. How did they expect me to get an experience if they don't give me the job in the first place? If I talk about qualification, be like, yes, I need, I'm not getting this job because I don't have a degree. I don't have a master's. I don't have this. Let me tell you this, none of this is important. It is what you have. Do you have the experience? Use it to your advantage. Do you have the qualification? Use that. Stop thinking about what you don't have, right? How do I balance work and personal life? Yeah, this is very important, especially with this day and age where mental health is a concern. If you're not deliberate in terms of setting time for your own personal life, especially when you get this 6-figure salary, these high-paying jobs, more will be demanded from you, both in terms of time and effort. So you need to be very deliberate on how you create time for yourself. Am I too young or too old? Oh, same question. I want to tell you this. This is another very great excuse that people give themselves because they don't want to do the job. I'm in a conference, I'm in a forum, I finish. Someone is coming and telling me, oh, I think I'm not getting this job because I'm too young. Same breath, someone comes and say, I think I'm not getting this job because I'm too old. So which is which? You're neither too young, you're neither too old. There are jobs which are entry-level jobs that are out there for people like you who think you are young. There are jobs out there which are for old people, people with experience. So don't look at your age as an excuse. No, you're not too young, you're not too old. If you're too old, use that to your advantage. If you're too young, use that to your advantage. I tell you, look at this email I got from Bill Shan saying, thanks. I recently landed my first consultancy with a few Kenya after heeding to a well laid out youth-friendly advice. Youth-friendly, as in he's way older than me. He calls my advice youth-friendly. Did it work? Yes. What matters most is getting the results, getting the job done, not your age. How do I measure, track, and evaluate my progress? Now, it is so sad. It makes me very sad when I see someone 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 years down the road only to realize they took the wrong career direction. You need tools to be able to evaluate your progress at any given time. Right now, are you moving towards your career goal? Are you in the right career track? I'll share with you tools that will help you do that. Yeah. How do I fix myself in the succession plan? This is the same question I was talking about. You can influence yourself in there to get into the succession plan. Influence is a learnable skill. Yeah. What are the qualities of a person who is worth 6 figures? Badass. This is actually an acronym. We'll talk more about these are the qualities in a minute. I'll show you that. Yeah. How do I get started? Thank you for asking. Thank you. I'll show you exactly how you get started in this, right? Let me ask this before I show you. If I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe you can get to the 6-figure salary? If so, in the chat, just say, yes, I believe. My question to you is, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe me that you will get to that 6-figure salary? If so, say, yes, I believe. Thank you, Kimanu Washira, the first one to say, yes, I believe. I can see some answers. Mercy, Jay here, you're talking about better working and salary. Emma, how do I negotiate a higher salary? Okay, I think I've given some insights on that. Yeah. Oh, thank you. In Phoenix Note, you're saying you believe. I wish, give me your name. I can change it to your name. Trevin Mejo, you say, yes, I believe. Thank you. MQ, I believe. Oh, this is interesting. This is good. My big question to you, let me even check on YouTube. If I show you exactly how to get to that 6-figure salary, if I show you how to get to your dream job, do you believe you can get to the 6-figure salary? Thank you. I can see, Jane, you are answering the question. Yeah, you will go for, you will use salary to decide if you go for the job or not. And I say nothing wrong with that. Do you believe you can get to that 6-figure salary? Thank you. Mercy, this is Cynthia saying, yes, I'm well capable. Elizabeth, trust me, I do believe. Thank you. And it starts with that belief. By the way, without that belief and trust in yourself and that mindset that you're going to get it, it's going to be very difficult. So thank you. And that is why sometimes I pause to wait for you to respond, because it is the first step when it comes to manifestation. When you're typing it out, not just having it in the back of your head. Do you really believe? You say, yes, I believe. You have made it manifest. That is the first step. It is now becoming physical. You can see it. There was evidence that you believed, and you can say, yes, it has come to pass. Now, this is what I want you to do. Yeah? I can see we are still in good time, but I want to ask for your permission. Is it okay for me to take about 10 minutes, talk about this program called the Badass Pro? I define my own destiny and how it can be able to help you to get to your dream job, how it can help you to get to that 6-figure salary. I'll wait for you. Is it okay? So if so, you can say yes, permission given or anything. Yeah. Just tell me, do you give me permission to take about 10 minutes talk about the Badass Pro program. I define my own destiny. And then after that, I will be able to answer any questions you have. Thank you. Mercy, Jay here, you're saying, I believe. Oh, okay. Well, Elizabeth, go ahead. Thank you for the permission, Elizabeth. Is it okay? The rest of us, I'll give you a minute or so, yeah? If you're following us on YouTube. Is it okay for me to take about 10 minutes, talk about this program called the Badass Pro? I define my own destiny and how it can help you get to that 6-figure salary. Winnie, permission granted. David Menjo, permission granted. Thank you. Tina Obungo on YouTube. Yes, permission granted. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So let me just take the list of the time. As you know, so far, if you have noticed, I like keeping time. I appreciate the fact that you have sacrificed. You would have been doing something else, but you said, no, let me be here and listen. Now, when I'm seated here, I am very proud when I say, I am a Badass Pro. Yeah. And Badass is an acronym. And these are the 6 qualities someone who is worth 6 figures should be able to portray. And when I say I'm a Badass, number 1, B stands for someone who is bold, audacious, courageous. They will do what needs to be done to complete the job. An individual who is authentic to themselves, to their potential. They know what they are capable of. An individual who is driven, self-motivated. They have the inner drive. They don't need to be constantly supervised to do their job. They have that drive in them. An individual who is aggressive. In this day and age, nothing will be given to you, leave alone on a silver platter. You need to go out there and grab what you believe to be yours, but not just being aggressive, but also assertive. They're clear what they want to get. An individual who is skilled. The biggest divide between the haves and have-nots is those people who are skilled and unskilled. Remember, somebody asked, what is that question? What matters most? Is it experience or qualification? None of them. What really matters is the skills. You can get your skills from your qualifications. You can get your skills from your experience. But do you have the skills? That is the most important thing. And number 3, the last one here is someone who is self-assured, someone who is confident of themselves. They know what they are capable of. And that is a Badass Pro. Bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured individual. When you join this program, this is our creed. We say, I am a Badass Pro. I define my own destiny. I create my own luck. I am confident, but not cocky. Quiet, but not silent. Competitive and aggressive. I take 100% responsibility. I never give up. That is the creed of Badass Pro. If today you decide to join the Badass Pro, this is what you're going to get. The first one is the Badass Pro 6 weeks coaching program. And the value out of this program is about 100,000. I'm not saying this is the amount you will pay to join the program, but this is the value you get out of it. What is this 6 weeks program all about? Number 1, these are the 6 weeks well divided on what we will be coaching you on. Week 1, we will look at how you can be able to get started and become unstoppable, because we believe once you have the momentum, you have the right things at the right place, you become unstoppable. Week 2, we'll look at getting to know your worth. Like, how much should you be paid right now? Because once you know the baseline, we can build up your worth. Week 3, we talk about building confidence and competence, because these are 2 things that go hand in hand. The more confident you are, the more competent you become. The more competent you are, the more confidence you have in yourself. I had this quote by Marcus Garvey, who said, in this race of life, without confidence, you're defeated twice. Week 4, we look about how you can be able to master communication, influence, and networking. 5, we show you and we give you the tools to track and evaluate your progress so that you don't waste 2, 3, 5, 10 years and find yourself in the wrong career direction. And week 6, we give you the skills, we give you the real, tangible, hands-on advice on how you can negotiate a 6-figure salary based on your own skills, based on your experience. So that is the Badass Pro 6 weeks coaching program. Now, on top of that, we are giving you a bonus. You will get one of our professional certifications if you decide to join the Badass Pro program. We have 4 main professional certifications. that is project management, project monitoring and evaluation. You have strategic management and leadership, and also have fundraising and resource mobilization. Think about it. Where do you think the money is at? NGOs and international organizations, they are looking for people with skills and certification in project management, in project monitoring and evaluation, fundraising, and resource mobilization. You join the corporate world, you come in at an entry level, you work a little bit harder, you get into the mid-level. But for you to be able to attract this six-figure salary, you should find yourself in the management or leadership of the company. What a better way to influence their decision by telling them, I already have a certification in strategic management and leadership. So you get one of these certification for free. Yeah. So far you're getting about value of 200,000. So you get 6 weeks coaching, about 100,000 in value. You get one of our certification for free, and the value is about 100,000. You also get professional CV writing. And this is, I think somebody asked about writing the CV. Let me just explain this. There's a difference between having a CV and a professional CV. Most of us have CVs, which is just a documentation of where you went to school, the kind of the jobs you have done, the responsibilities you have been having, and probably your referees. These are just a bunch of facts and figures. But a professional CV, on the other hand, is a document that you use to market yourself. Imagine a company, they have a product. They will use radio, billboards, newspaper, magazines, you name them, to be able to market their program or their product. But you and me don't have the luxury of having a billboard about ourselves. So what do? We use our CVs, and we are selling. We need to be clear what we are selling. We are selling our skills, our capabilities, qualifications, and our experience to the employer. And how you put it across is very important. According to a very famous study, it is said that it takes about 6 seconds for a hiring manager to decide if they're going to read through your CV or not. The big question is, does your CV pass the 6-second test? Take a look at this. This is one of the most common used layout, yeah, of a CV. And I want you to look at this CV, maybe give you 6 seconds, and then answer the question, what can this person do? Because that's the question the hiring manager is having at the back of the head. And then Mutuku is male, Kenyan, married, date of birth, ID, phone number, email. So what can this person do? And unfortunately, this is where the 6 seconds are lost. We give this person benefit of doubt. We say, let's look at the career objective that he has put across. Now, I picked random career objectives from people's CV, probably even from your CV. And I'm going to show you some of them. And the big question is, does your CV career objective resemble the ones that I'm about to show you in tone, in style, or sometimes even word for word? I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. What can this person do? As a matter of fact, this statement is very selfish. You're telling the employer what you want to gain from them rather than what you're bringing on board. I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. What are the skills are you bringing on board? I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Again, being selfish. I want to excel in this field with hard work, perseverance, and dedication. Good words, but still saying nothing. Here's a piece of advice. If you have that section of career objective in your CV, go get rid of it. It is not helping you at all in your job search. When you join the Bar Pro program, you get the 6 weeks coaching, you get the professional certification, you get professional CV writing, and on top of that, we give you sample cover letters. And there's a reason why we call them sample cover letters, because a cover letter is a highly customized application letter for a very specific position. Now look at this. If this is a job, I picked this at random. This is an accounting job. If you are to apply for this job, you read through the job description and you find that the job description here, for you to, when you're working as an accountant, some of the responsibilities you will be having is to review and establish proper accounting systems, support budget and focusing activities, liaising with internal and external auditors. If you are able to do this, somewhere in your cover letter, you should have a statement that reads, I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors, such that when someone reads this, they are like, this is the person we want. They're coming to do exactly what we want them to do. On top of the 6 weeks coaching program, you have professional certification, you have professional CV writing, you have sample cover letters, you also have LinkedIn profile guide. So far, the value you're getting is about 207,500 in value. Now, here's the thing. In today's days, in this day and age, you cannot afford not to have an optimized profile. And headhunters are spending most of their time on LinkedIn. And if you don't have an optimized profile on LinkedIn, you are missing a lot. Jobs are looking for you when you're on LinkedIn, not the other way around. Look at this email I got from Shi Salim. He told me, hey, Daniel, I would like to thank you for your LinkedIn profile guide. After your guidance on how to make my LinkedIn account look more professional, I have now been approached by a potential employer and I am due for an interview on Wednesday, next week. Needless to say, he got the job. He wasn't looking for the job was looking for him because he had a well optimized profile on LinkedIn. Here's another email. This is a post actually on LinkedIn. I have nothing to do with this, but I saw it and I asked for a permission and she said, go ahead, post it. She said, I posted my very first LinkedIn post to market myself for a job. I was not really sure whether I would eventually have a positive outcome from this, but I kept my head up high, got called for interviews almost every day last week, and this yielded me a job. Yes, guys, I have a job now. That is Rosalind. She just posted marketing herself for a job. She got it. On top of that, 6 weeks coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. You get interview coaching. I think that is the last one. So the value out of this program, about 210,000. Interview coaching is very important. And I think, Jen, we missed on this session because it's about how do you prepare for an interview? What are some of the questions you expect to be asked in an interview? And if you know and understand the purpose of a question, then you can be able to give the right answer. 99.99% of the interviews you go, the first question will be, tell us about yourself. And how you answer that question will set the pace for the rest of the interview. And a question you expect, it's not a script, but you'll get, how much should we pay you? Why should we hire you? What makes you the best candidate? Why did you leave your previous job? What are your weaknesses? You really need to think through some of these questions. So in total, the value of the program, if you join it today, is about 210,000. 6 weeks of coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. So my question to you is, are you ready to become a badass pro? If you're ready, say, yes, I am ready in the chat. Are you ready to become a badass pro? I can see Mercy J here. Can't wait to hear. Oh, you can't wait to hear about the badass pro program. Now that you have heard, Mercy, are you ready to become a badass pro? If you're ready to become a badass pro, drop that in the chat. I want to see anyone who is ready to become a badass pro. If you're ready, say, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Tina Abongo, thank you. Alice Alexander, yes, you're ready to become a badass pro. I can see also Tevin Menjo. I am ready. Mercy is ready. Winnie, I am more than willing, more than ready to be a badass pro. Okay, good. I'm glad to see people are ready to become a badass pro. Yeah, ready to become a badass pro. So this is the thing. I had two choices when I wanted to come up with a price for this program. Yeah, and the first option I had was to go cheap and get as many people as possible. And I said, yeah, this is very okay. I can go cheap, get so many people, and voila, it's a success. But the second option I had was to ask for a slightly higher investment. And this will mean I will dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. And so out of these two options, I decided to go with the second option, which I will ask for a slightly higher investment for you today, from you, and I will dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. I don't need to have 100 people in the program. I only need maybe to have 5, 6, and that means I will take my time and effort to guarantee that these people are successful at the end of it all. Are we together? So for you to get started, it will only cost you $24,999, or you can pay in 3 monthly installments, and you get the 6 weeks coaching, professional certification, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. And wait, absolutely no excuse for you not to take action, because there is a 100% money back guarantee. Like, you join the program 3 months, 1 month down the line, that is 30 days, you don't get exactly what I've said you will get today, let me know, no question asked, you get your money back 100%. So right there you are. You have 2 choices now to make. I already made mine. The first choice you have to make is to do nothing, not to take up this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And the second option you have is to be open-minded. Take up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot. So out of these 2 options, doing nothing or being open-minded, what is going to be easier for you? Don't drop it in the chat. Just have it at the back of your head, right? I will not ask you to tell me in the chat. Studies have it that it takes about 24 hours. You see, like what you have learned today, a lot, a ton. It will take you 24 hours. And if you don't take action in the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter drops almost to 0. And taking action does not necessarily mean joining the program. But can you think about how your CV looks like? Go look at your LinkedIn profile. How do you answer questions in an interview? Take some of the things that I've given you today and do something about it before tomorrow. Right now it's 8:30. Yeah, before tomorrow, 8:30. Make sure you take action on it. Is that okay? There are 2 types of people in this world, even in this webinar. Those who get an opportunity to change their lives, agree with everything I have shared with you. They can see how that is applicable in their lives. And guess what? They still do nothing. And the second type of people are those who take action and define their own futures. Out of these 2 types of people, which one are you? Those who do nothing, or those who take action and define their own future? Which type are you? Don't drop it in the chat. This one, just have it at the back of your head. So my email, if you want more to ask me a question, you can get in touch with me, daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. You have any, you want more information about the Badass Pro program, just go to careerpoint.co.ke/Badass. And now I will welcome any questions that you have. Okay, wait, before I even get, but I'll answer all the questions. I have a special offer. This is an offer that I want to start this coaching program. It's another cohort. We will start next week on Monday. But if you join us next week on Monday, you will only get 1 certification. But if you're here with me live and you make payment in the next 30 minutes, at least the first deposit, you will be able to get the 6 weeks coaching. You will get all the 4 certification. Yes, you join the Badass Pro program. You also get all these 4 certification: project management, project monitoring and evaluation, strategic management and leadership, fundraising and resource mobilization. And on top of that, actually, let me stop sharing here for a minute so I can show you something. On top of that, you will get a notebook written, "I am a Badass Pro." On top of the notebook, you will also get yourself a t-shirt written, "I am a Badass Pro." This is for people who take action right away. On a night like this, these individuals decided to join the Badass Pro program and their lives changed. This is Helen in Kitui, Eunice in Bungoma, Scholastica in Kikuyu. This is Winfred in Kiambu, Clara, Nairobi West, Winnie in Gikiri. This is it Margaret in Gatundu, Francis in Mombasa. I think so many people. Is it Eunice in Kitui? Yeah. Willie in Gara. And these are people who, on an evening like this, decided to take action and their life changed. This is Sheila in Buruburu. Yeah. And I want you to have that opportunity. So this is your opportunity. Go to Lipa na M-Pesa, till number 715732. You can make the first installment of 9,991, and that guarantees you 6 weeks of coaching, all the 4 certification. Now, these 4 certification, I want to be clear here so that there is no confusion. By the way, you can pay this deposit, the first deposit, after 9 p.m., between 9 and Sunday midnight. You can still pay, but you'll get 1 course. But if you pay between now and 9 p.m., we have about 25 minutes, you will get all the 4 courses, the 6 weeks coaching, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching. You get the notebook. You also get yourself the t-shirt, all of that for people who decide to take action right away. So I want to answer any questions that you might have. Any question, feel free to drop that in the chat. We still have about a few more minutes. I still have a lot of training that I want to share with you, but I thought it would be good for me to put that across so you don't leave without knowing what is the next step. The best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. That is Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in this world. And guess what? The reason why he says that is because this is where you'll get the highest return on investment. For every shilling you invest in yourself, you'll get 30 shillings in return over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Where else will you get such a return on investment? Real estate? Maybe 10%. Stock, it's up and down. But the best time or the best investment you can ever do is to invest in yourself. That's where you'll get the greatest return on investment. I learned this rule. It's called the 10-10 rule from Brian Tracy. And this is where you get the funds to invest in yourself. We come from a society where we are told you need to take 10% of your income and tithe it, use it to help other people. I want to put it to you. Why not take another 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself? Use that as the fund to facilitate and fund your personal development, to sign up for programs like this so that you can get the most. This is where you'll have the greatest return on investment. Here's the opportunity to get the 6 weeks coaching, all the 4 certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. And all you need to do, just go to Lipa na M-Pesa, till number 715732, make that payment, drop it in the chat, or you can send me a private message and say, yes, I have made the payment, and you join this team. As I told you, I just want a small number that I'll be able to dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. Okay, I think there's a question here. Ellie, Brian, how do you negotiate terms on a contract you are currently engaged in? Like if the employer notices that your good work and wants to put you, like if the employer notices your good work and wants to add you more work, how do you negotiate higher salary in such a case? Now, the thing here is to leverage the good job that you have already been doing and then put it into perspective what the contract has said that you are supposed to do, and then have a segue whereby you talk about, this is what I'm expected to do. I can see I'm getting to do even more work, which I am not complaining. However, I would like to be compensated also for the extra work that I am giving. Now, Brian, I might not know the exact case that you're in, but that would be the general outline. But if you would want us to have a more one-on-one discussion, you can feel free to give me a call or drop me an email, and then we can talk and see, talk about the details and see how best you can be able to present that case. Is that okay? Let me check on YouTube here. Anyone with a question? Anybody with a question? I'll be open to answer. But thank you, Brian, for that question. Now, I want you to take a look at this. Yeah? This is an email I got from Lucy Jogo. And she said, Dear Daniel, I cannot be grateful enough for the Badass Pro training that came with a professionally made CV and sample cover letters. In a span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews from very reputable international NGOs such as ILRI, 1 Acre, and among others. With my new CV and sample cover letters that I customized to suit various jobs, I'm very confident to apply for jobs in the UN agencies. And honestly, I am hopeful and confident that that is my next employer. For quite a long time, I hadn't been receiving interview invitation. It is no longer the case anymore. Thanks a lot, and God bless you for the good job and always being ready to help. Regards, Lucy Job. She joined the program and things just turned around for her. It is your opportunity for you to have this kind of turnaround in your life. You can see, yeah, this is last year, July 2021. Now, I want to ask you a question. How would you feel if you were passed on a promotion just because you did not have the right skills? It's not so good. It doesn't feel good. The person, how would you feel if the person next to you gets that big break because they understood networking and you lost it because you did not understand networking? It feels very sad. But on the other hand, how would it feel if this time next year you are debt-free, living in your dream home and planning your next vacation? All this is possible if you are able to take action right now. And I am giving you an opportunity to take action and make your dreams come true. The lion, the king of the jungle, the eagle, as it flies on high skies, guess what? It will die of hunger if it does not take action, if it does not go out there and hunt. I believe the universe conspires to make dreams come true to those who take action. And this is your opportunity for you to take action and make your dream come true. Sign up for this 6 weeks program. You only need to make a deposit right now, 9,999. Get all these 4 certifications and all these bonuses. You will never get this anywhere else. You will only get it here. Okay, thank you. I think I've seen a message here. Somebody has paid. Who is that? Jude. Okay, I think it is Julie or Julius. Okay, thank you. Someone has already paid. Thank you. At least we have one person who wants to make that change and ready to go. I'll confirm. I'll just let you know. Thanks very much. That is fine. Okay, that is Ellie Brian was saying the question was okay. Mercy, will the benefits of the program be the same for those who join later if they pay later? Okay, here's the thing. If you pay later, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, you will get everything in this slide apart from the 4 certification. You'll only get 1 certification. Is that okay, Mercy? But if you pay right now, you will get all the 4, which again just beats logic in terms of the value you're getting out of this program. Is that okay, Mercy? Hopefully I've answered. If you pay now, you get all the 4. If you pay tomorrow, you'll get 1, but you'll still get the CV, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile. And by the way, if you have already paid for these services before, maybe you came for CV writing and then you paid 2,000 or 1,000, we deduct that from the 24,999. You don't need to pay twice for it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that question. I also want to say this. I learned this from this gentleman called Jim Rohn, one of my mentors, that you shouldn't evaluate something based on how much it is worth. You shouldn't evaluate something based on how much it costs, but evaluate it based on how much it is worth. So if you're saying that this program is very expensive, you're thinking about the cost. But if you ask yourself, how much is it worth? It is worth would you continue staying in that job that you don't like? You staying jobless on not being able to really grow in your career? That is what it is costing you. And that is the worth of this program. You guys, I know you have big goals. I want to give you a challenge. If you have big goals and you want to achieve these big goals, let the size of your goal be equal to the size of the investment that you put in yourself. For you to achieve those big goals, you need to invest in yourself. This is your opportunity to invest in yourself. Go ahead, get the 6 weeks coaching, all the 4 certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching, only by making that fat deposit of 9,999 through the till number 715732, and we'll get in touch with you. I can see there's a question here. Okay, Mercy saying she has understood. So are you interested in paying now? But the other thing is, I'll do this. Mercy, let me know when you're committing to pay, and I will lock in the offer for you. So this is negotiation 101. Yeah, I've already given you my offer, but if you say, I don't have the money right now, I understand, but tomorrow I can be able to go make payment by this time. If you commit right now and you keep your word, I will give you all the 4 certifications. Is that okay, Mercy? So just drop me the chat. When do you think you can be able to make the commitment? And then you get all the 4 certification. And that is what I call negotiating, being in for the long haul, not just I request you give us up to tomorrow. No, not us. It is you. These are negotiations between me and you. Yeah. So tomorrow, what time? Give me a timeline. I will give you all the 4 courses. You can join Julia or somebody else. So I think so far we are 2. And so the opportunities are running out very fast. Let me finish this very quickly. Actually, I don't see if we'll get to 9 p.m., but we have about 15 minutes. Let me say this. I came to learn about this thing called the E2e ratio. And the thing is, 95% of the majority of the population, when you compare them to the 5 top % of the successful people take 95% of the time in education and only 5% in entertainment, and vice versa. Common people, they will use 95% of their time in entertainment and only 5% in education. And that is where we have the big drift. Yeah. Educate yourself, learn. Don't just, entertainment does not mean just going for parties, just chatting, gossiping, how much time you spend on Facebook, Instagram, admiring other people. That is still entertainment. Avoid that. Use that time to do what? To learn. And I want you to be very purposeful with your time. I want to give you some suggestions where you can be able to get time. Create a morning or evening routine. Do you know, if you give yourself to wake up 10 minutes early, maybe you wake up at 6, you decide you will be waking up at 10 minutes to 6. Do that consistently 1 year, 365 days. You will have created over 3,650 minutes for yourself, which translate to about, is it how many hours? Almost 50 hours. 50 hours, which is more than a day, right? Almost 2 days. Use commuting time. In Nairobi, we spend about 2 hours per day in traffic. Multiply by 250 working days. That is 500 hours of traffic time. Instead of just using that time to go to WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram, why not use that time for education? And also you can get to work early or leave a little bit later to learn. These are the golden opportunities where you can be more purposeful with your time. And that is the time you can use. By the way, like the coaching, it just takes you 10, 15 minutes per day, Monday to Friday. We then organize for a phone call or a Zoom call, and then we have our coaching session. It changes your life completely. Okay, I can see. Okay, Mercy, you're saying it's okay. Early afternoon, I will give you a time frame. At least early afternoon, 2 p.m. is a good time, right? So if you're able to make at least a payment, and I'm putting it out right here, it is on YouTube, people can confirm. If you're able to make at least by 2 p.m. the payment, I will give you all the 4 certification. If you pay thereafter, you'll get 1. That's okay. Cynthia, you have a question. How about those of us who are newly signed up and are already in the program and still paying? Can you? Yes, if you're in the program and you're here, you already signed up for one of the courses, I can lock it in and you can get the coaching and the other offer. Yeah, that is okay. That's okay, Cynthia. Yeah, we can get in touch with you. You must have my number. Let me actually, I'll give you a call. We can discuss. Yeah. So, Mercy, you can send me your number. You can send it on a private message. I will give you a call. I'll give you a call. Yeah. Cynthia, you're already signed up in one of them, right? So just give me, send me the number there. I'll give you a call tomorrow morning. Even Mercy, I'll give you a call tomorrow morning. So as I finish, I want to say this. You will never feel 100% ready for an opportunity when it arises. And you will say, oh, I was not ready for this. You'll never be ready. So what do? Just do it. Because all the ducks will never align. Not everything will be in perfect order. But you have just to take action. And you know what? The greatest fear carries the greatest growth. Whenever, if you are there, you're feeling scared. You're not sure. Should I join Mercy and the team? Should I join Julius? I think the other person, I wasn't able. Julius or Julie. I'll just confirm. Yeah. Should I? When you have that fear, let me tell you, it's a good thing. Don't feel because you're feeling the fear, it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. You know why it's a good thing? Because the fear is just giving you an indication. It is a feedback loop from your body telling you that you're about to do something that is outside your comfort zone. And that is why it's afraid. Your brain, your mind always wants to do what it is comfortable doing. But you will never grow when you are in your comfort zone. This is what happens. When you're in your comfort zone, you feel safe, you feel in control. But the downside is that it has low risk, low reward. So whenever you get out of your comfort zone, you get into the fear zone. And most of you, maybe this is where you are at. You're feeling low in self-esteem. You're not sure. You're looking for excuses. Should I say it is very expensive? Should I say it has just come at the wrong time? You are wondering what other people will talk about you, affected by other people's opinion. How will people say that I just went online, met this guy, and I paid money and I joined a program? Oh, will people say I spent too much money on something that is not, I don't know. That is the fear zone. Now you have two choices. Number one is either retreat back to your comfort zone where there is no growth, low risk, low reward, or do you push yourself past the fear zone to get to the learning zone? Because when you get to the learning zone, this is where you start facing new challenges. You learn how to solve problems. You acquire new skills. That's why we are giving you this certification to give you more skills, and you extend your comfort zone. And when you're in this learning zone, that is the only time you can be able to go past that and get to the growth zone. Find your purpose, live your dreams, set new goals, conquer new objectives. So the question is, if you are at the fear zone today, will you retreat back to the comfort zone, or will you push and pursue beyond your fears? The choice is yours. This is your opportunity. I think I'm done. 6 weeks of coaching, professional certification, CV writing, professional certifications, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile, all this. You never get this anywhere else with such an offer. Is that okay? Good. Okay, Cynthia, you're saying we can discuss that tomorrow. Very good. Mercy, I've gotten the number. It's okay. Cynthia, if you can send me the number, your number, I'll be very willing to talk. Yeah. I think, let me just say this. Yeah, this is how the certificate looks like. Yeah. This with your name right there, Cynthia or Mercy, has been formally evaluated and assessed for demonstrated knowledge and skills to monitor and evaluate projects, use result-based management, and has been awarded a certificate in monitor evaluation. Would that be lovely to have that? Good. By the way, do you remember when I asked this question when we started? And most of you gave me permission to be your coach. You gave me the permission to tell you the truth, the hard truth. And I want to believe I've been able to do that. I've delivered on that. Have I? So if I have done that, the question is, do you want this to be the end of this or the beginning? Do you want to have a coach throughout who will guide you? Do you want someone who will be telling you the hard truth? If you don't take action today, this becomes the end of it. But if you join the program, the likes of Julie, the likes of Mercy, the likes of Cynthia, then you're saying, I don't want it to be the end. I want it to be the beginning. It just becomes the beginning of our coaching. Imagine having this for 6 weeks. It will just change your mind. And then join also the coaching, the course certification and all that. Everything will change. Thank you very much. I appreciate. This is your last call. Get the 6 weeks coaching, for certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide. And just what you need to do is make that first installment of 9,999 to the till number 57 or 715732. So as I finish, I don't want to take you, we have about 5 more minutes. I want to ask the question, what have you learned? What would you say has been your greatest takeaway? I want to believe that I haven't wasted my time and I haven't wasted your time. You have gotten something and you have gone home with it. So I want you to put that in the chat. I will read through what you have learned and then we will be able to talk. Cynthia, I've gotten the number, yeah? I'll call you tomorrow morning. What have you learned? I know Cynthia, yeah, you have been with us. Eli, Brian, you have been here. Elizabeth Wanjiko, you joined us along the way. Kimani Washira, you joined us. I want to know, what have you learned from this session? What is the one thing that have really stood out? I want you to type a phrase or two. I will read it and then I'll close it at exactly 9. Yeah. Oppo, Simon, Osok, what have you learned? Tevin, Menjo, I want to believe that you have learned something. Oh, good. There they start coming now. Eli, you're saying you learned badass is the way to go. Yes, badass. Bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured individual. That is a badass pro. I like that. Someone else, what have you learned? Let me check. By the way, people on YouTube, sorry, I have left you in the dark for a while. If you're there, thank you, Mas Alice Alexander. Yeah. Simon, you have learned to leave your comfort zone. Yes, because if you continue to stay in the comfort zone, you will never grow. Thank you. Marcy, you're saying this is just the beginning. Oh, thank you. You have said you don't want this to be the end. You want this to be the beginning of our coaching relationship. I like that. Elizabeth, you're saying badass was a new opener. Thank you. I appreciate that. Eli, I've also learned the best time to start is now. It will never, it will, oh, okay. It will never get any better until you start. Yeah. And I can take even another whole session to talk about that. You see, the difference between those people who dent the universe and those who don't is that those who dent, they take action. They don't wait for everything to align. But those who never, they will think about it, they will analyze, they will put things in order, they will think, they will plan, they will restructure, they will see all the possibilities, how it won't work, how it will work. But if you don't take any action, it will never. So there will be no perfect time that everything will align. Thank you very much, Eli, for bringing that. Cynthia is saying, you have also learned what has stood out for me is my dream are within my reach. Yes, I have to make the necessary investment to make it happen. Nothing will happen until you take action. And one of the other things is to invest in yourself. Your dreams will come true only when you invest in yourself. If the only thing you're doing is wishing that they will come true, they will never come true. But how much are you investing in yourself to make your dreams come true? Messenger here, I've learned to get out of my comfort zone. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate. Thank you for joining me. I want to believe that you have learned a lot. You will be able to get this on YouTube. You can still replay if you need to check out where we started. I will leave it live on YouTube, and I appreciate that. Oh, Kemani Washira, thank you for instilling sharp motivations that speak directly to which I am aiming to achieve. Thank you, Kemani Washira. I appreciate your feedback. I think that has been my time. I really appreciate. And until next time, when we have another time,